In the last episode, the Grandmaster Xian is almost dead under two ninth graders' attack. Before Xian's dead, he revealed all the secrets to Fan Xian. When he first saw Yi Qingmei, Fan's real mother, he was shocked beyond words. Because of her, Ku He became a great master. At that time, Yi Qingmei gave Ku He a secret book. They studied it together. But Xian realized that no matter how he practiced, he couldn't improve as fast as Ku He, so he had to give up. Later, King Xiao and Ku He escorted Yi Qingmei along the way. They got along very well with each other. When they reached the northern jail pass, Yi Qingmei separated from them. For Yi Qingmei's words, Ku He would do whatever she was told. The three of them parted ways. The reason why everything about the temple became a secret, it was also Yi Qingmei's idea. He said that although the temple gathered the faith of the world, but in reality, it changes with people's perception. In their words, the temple is like a seal. Underneath is something that can't be seen. It could throw the whole world into chaos. Over the years, Xian has never broken his promise, but now he's determined to tell this secret to himself. The only bloodline he's ever known. That is to say, he's taking a risk. It's because he always felt Qin Pingping was too obsessed with the temple. And knowing this secret, even if we can't control Qin in the public prosecutor's office, I can at least save my life. After the news of Xian's Silicon Valley reached northern Qi, Ku He sent Haidang and Wolf to escape. He hated him and couldn't kill him, probably because he's afraid he'll leak the secret. As for Yi Qingmei's whereabouts, Xian also knows a little bit. Heard that he traveled around. He even has an entourage with him. Wu Zhu. He also built the Sigujian in Dongyi City. Then he moved to Nanqing. Not only did he have a relationship with Grandmaster Liu Yun, he also set up his own trading company. Now Fan Xian really understands why his grandmother stopped him from going back to Kyoto. Because of his mother's death. Why he's raised in Danzhou for many years without caring about him. But then suddenly, she asked him to go back to Kyoto, so he could marry the princess and take over the panties. And why did Qin Pingping favor him so much? He's even planning to entrust the supervisory yuan to him. And Emperor Qing's attitude towards him from the beginning to the end. Everything makes sense now. He's not the son of the Fan family. He's a true member of the royal family of the Kingdom of Qing. But looking at Xian in front of him with comforting eyes, Fan Xian still silently swallowed the truth. He chose to bury the truth. At the last moment of the other person's existence, he can spend it with his only bloodline, even if it's just a well-intentioned lie. No matter what. For this old man who had been through a lot in his life, Fan Xian is still grateful. If not for Xian, he would have never known his own life. On the other side, the Shadow delivered the Northern Qi War report as usual. Chen Minmin read it. As usual, she advised him not to disclose the report to Fei Jia. When Shadow was about to leave, he bumped into Fei Jia, but he didn't expect the other party to be the first to throw the poison powder. He's curious about Shadow's true identity, but instead, he was in a hurry to take the war report. He found Chen Pinpin in person. In the face of Fei Jia's angry questioning, Chen Pinpin appeared to be calm and relaxed, because he knew better than anyone else. The Lung Ring's attainment in the use of poison is extremely high. He personally prepared the poison. Even if the other party is a great master, there's no way he won't fall victim to it. Only in the area of perception of the world is difficult, but not as much as the other organizers. He was able to get this report. There must be someone behind it. To let Xian can guess the answer himself, Qin Pingping deliberately did not prepare any concrete evidence of Fan Xian's life, such as the jade pendant and birthmark. Only the more contradictions he created. Xian would be convinced of Fan's identity. It's the battlefield of hearts and minds that's the most thrilling. It's the most thrilling. Emperor Qing and Qin Pingping both know this. Xian is a smart man. And a smart man's greatest weakness is to be too self-righteous. Xian always thinks the reason why Qin Pingping took great pains to torture him in such a big way is because in their battle at the North Pole, he ruined both of Qin Pingping's legs. He would use his grandson as a bargaining chip to threaten him to reveal the secret, but the truth is Qin Pingping doesn't have the slightest hatred for Xian. After all, although his legs were ruined, but he also killed Xian's son and daughter-in-law. It was a fair exchange. Such ingenuity, such tactics, even a veteran like Fan Jian can't help but feel a chill when hearing it. That's Yi Qingmei's son. It's not that Qin Mingming doesn't understand his feelings for Yi Qingmei are no less than anyone else's, but he wanted to get the secret about the temple from Xian. He wants to find out the temple's secret from Xian. Fan Xian is the most important piece in this game. To convince Xian that Fan Xian is the heir of the Xiao family, he will tell Fan Xian everything about the temple, even for the sake of the temple. Is it worth risking Fan Xian's life? After Fan Jian left, Emperor Qing looked a bit displeased, but for his loving attitude towards Fan Xian, Emperor Qing still has some sympathy for him. What His Majesty has done is for the sake of Qing. It's worth it. When Chen Pingping left the palace, Emperor Qing specially instructed the commander of the Forbidden Army, Gong Dian, to keep a close watch on Chen Pingping. So Gong Dian, he followed Chen Mingming without a sound. He saw him talking to Fan Jian. When Fan Jian suppressed his anger, asked which is more important, Fan Xian or Qinghua, Chen Mingming seemed to be deliberately avoiding the question instead. He emphasized over and over again what kind of secrets and resources is very important to Qing. That's why you choose Qing. I'll choose Fan Xian, not my son. Speaking of which, Fan Jian suddenly thought during Mrs. Fang's conversation, Chen Pingping has been consciously or unconsciously avoiding one important thing. That is where Shan's real grandson has gone. What is his current status? In the face of Fan Jian's doubts, Chen Pingping appeared to be calm and relaxed. Knowing that a smart person lies to be convincing must be one part true, and one part false, not to mention the false part. It's Fan Xian's real life. As for the rest of the truth, Chen Pingping did keep his promise. He raised Shan's real grandson and turned him into a loyal soldier, a warrior with no regard for life or death. Is he in the prosecutor's office? Yes, when Guo Dian returned, he told the emperor what she had heard. But when he was about to turn around and leave, Emperor Qing suddenly opened his mouth. Did Dr. Chen really said that? I've memorized every word. I don't dare to lie about it. Fan didn't know what happened in the palace. The first thing he did when he returned to the capital, he went to see Guo Baokuan at the inn. I thought you'd forgotten me. Although Guo Baokuan's words were a bit spiteful, Fan Xian didn't care about that right now. He's received too much information in one day. He's still in shock. There are still some things he had to find out right away. Fan Xian first mentioned the man who suffered retaliation for his loyalty to the Führer. He almost had his entire family slaughtered. Tang Zijing was sacrificed. He remembered that Guo Baokuan never admitted treating Tang Zijing as a wanted criminal. He even went after his family. Guo Baokuan is a playboy, but that was a small dispute. Why would he care about the affairs of such a small matter? Speaking of which, the answer is clear. No wonder the assassins in charge of the public prosecutor's office are the 6th Division. The fake order to kill the criminal then went to Division 4. I'm afraid that Tang Zijing was assigned to carry out the assassination. Before arranging for Tang Zijing to carry out the assassination mission and Li Yunesio's assassination order, he was just the sacrifice goat. Chen Mingming chose Tang Zijing because he has a chivalrous heart. He had the courage to confront his superiors for profit and justice. Fan Xian felt a chill in his heart, and Tang Zijing, who had never surrendered to darkness, became pawns in someone else's game. The only difference was he still has the so-called value of use. Tang Zijing and countless innocent people's lives were buried in the hands of those powerful people. In a game of desire and greed, Fan Xian returned to the post house. After seeing Yin Bingyun, he thought of what Shan said, in the hands of Chen Mingming. He didn't know whether he was alive or dead, because he clearly remembers this little Mr. Yin is clearly the same age as himself. If Shan's grandson is Yin Bingyun, then all the mixed up thoughts in his head can finally be straightened out. Fujiko is the one who went out today. When he was in trouble, the person who was sent to Northern Qi to spy and lead the spies will undoubtedly be Yin Bingyun. In that case, it's only a matter of time before Yin Bingyun is captured by Xinzhong, and Fan Xian, who has long been part of the plan, is destined to go to Northern Qi and hope to bring him back. It's funny that he's always claimed to be smart, but he's never been able to break free from the control of Chen Pingping and his own father. He's been led by the nose every step of the way. This is fair and equitable. Fan has calmed down completely. He has made up his mind. The Crown Prince and the Second Prince are fighting for the throne. No matter who loses in the end, I'm afraid there's no way out. If you think about it, being a prince fighting for the throne, it's better to become the most powerful official in Qing dynasty. If that's the case, his next step will be clearer. Zhuge's collusion with the princess has failed. He cut off one of his hosts. So far, it's only for public elections. Fan Xian has decided. When he finds out the truth about the smuggling and returns to Kyoto, he will use all his power to support Yin Bianyun to become an organizer of Division 1. Mr. Yin has always followed Chen Pingping's words. He's always followed them to the letter. He's never done anything, but he is dedicated to the kingdom of Qing. Fan Xian only needed to explain to Yin Pingyun the pros and cons of Chen Pingping's monopoly to Yin Pingyun. It shouldn't be difficult to gain his support, but Fan Xian knows how to prioritize things. There are things he can't say to Yin Pingyun. In front of Wang Qinian, he can get it off his chest. Although Wang Jingyan loves money, Wang Jingyan loves money, but he knows the situation. He doesn't understand. Why would he want to offend the two most important people in Northern Qi? What's in it for him? Wang Jingyan's confusion. Fan Xian has never thought about it. Once he entered Kyoto with great ambition to find out the story of his mother, Yi Qingmei. He was careful with every step. Because he had no other desire, then he met Fujiko Kyo. Fan Xian regarded him as a confidant. After Tung Zijing's death in the Oxley Street assassination, he lived to avenge his friend's death. Until he did, he drove Li Yunrui out of Kyoto. But then he came to Northern Qi. King Kaizong found out about his real life. He was not the bastard son of the Fan family. He is a true royal bloodline. His mother's death was linked to Emperor Qing. If once Fan Xian only wanted to live a good life. Now, he's finally found the meaning of his life. I want to be the master of the Palace of Supervision. The helpers that Fan Xian mentioned. Naturally, it's not just Wang Qinian, Li Xiang, and the Guo family. There's also Mr. Yin. But as Wang Qinian said, if you want to take Yinbian Yuan under your command, can't be done with just a few words.